Rashford got a hold bench, the whole fan base had enough when Eric Ten Hag took him off in the second half. He was so pissed that he threw away his glove like, oi, bruv, you did nothing in the game, you're lucky that he still get loved. That's 2 goals in 18, one of them given by Bruno, so that can get chalked off. Rashford got a hold bench, the whole fan base had enough when Eric Ten Hag took him off in the second half. He was so pissed that he threw away his glove like, oi, bruv, you did nothing in the game, you're lucky that he still get loved. That's 2 goals in 18, one of them given by Bruno, so that can get chalked off. Yo, this is the OT99 Bantering, where opinions are shared and smoke gets served. Look, we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and I'm here to chop it up with you today, man. Today's another therapy session. Manchester United took another L. Newcastle got the dub 1-0. Manchester United took the L. Look, do you know what? I'm at a point where I don't even like, you know, before, back in the days, you used to like, it really used to ruin your weekend and it really used to be painful. Now I'm just kind of numb to it. Like, you expect now, which is sad, you just expect to get the L against a team like Newcastle. And it's mad because, like, you look at a team like Newcastle who, you know, put in blood, sweat and tears. You hear Gordon talking about how a lot of these players are battered, bruised, you know what I mean? And they kept going, they're grinding. And you see them winning every challenge, every second ball. Physicality wise, they're just dominant in every single area, you know. And, you know, they had a tough game against PSG where they were even robbed out of that, where, you know, normal teams would be disheartened from that, you know, maybe a morale sort of knock. Not Newcastle. Newcastle take it in their stride, keep it moving. They filled in like the same team, you know what I mean? 3 games in how many days? They got so many injuries just like us. They're getting on with it. They've got Eddie Howe, a really good coach, and they're getting on with it. Now you've got Manchester United, the polar opposites, where we're talking about injuries and complaining about not having our strongest squad. But, you know, we can't just get a tune out of the guys. Like, it's not like to say, oh, we're fielding a bunch of like third squad team members. Like, we've got guys in there, first teamers that most of the are recognized internationals. Do you understand? The Bruno Fernandes, the Rashford. You know, Luke Shaw's back. You know, we've got guys that are like getting paid ample amounts of money that should be putting in a performance, and they're nowhere to be seen. Like, I look at that game and like Rashford's side was just getting smoked, bro. His side was getting smoked and he was not tracking back, walking back. You know, Livramento was having a field day on his side. You understand? Field day. My man was doing nothing. Defensively, I just don't, like, I really don't. And this is my thing, what I scratch my head is like, Man United are always faced with this issue where we continue to play guys here that are not in form. We just continue to play them through it, and they don't get better. They're just like I remember like with the Pogba's, obviously with recent, like, and obviously Rashford is just a prime example now. We've got Onana coming through now. We just got guys there where we just keep playing them and they're not performing. They're not good enough. Like Rashford, you know, we'll have spurts here and there where he'll bang in a goal and then he's quiet again, don't do nothing in a game, but at least he gets the odd goal that saves us. Now he's doing nothing. Why is he on the pitch? And he's on the right hand side, which he's clearly not performing in. You know, he can't take on a man successfully. He can't get to the byline. You know, and you're just like, but why are you, like, you can clearly see he's not contributing and he still plays. And he gets subbed off, you know, today. He's pulling off his glove, slamming it to the ground, upset. But why are you upset? Like, what did you do, Rashford, that warrants you to be so upset? Scholes was saying it as well. Like, what did he do that warrants him to be so upset, bro? We can't say, oh, you know, he never got no service, blah, 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 blah. Look, Anthony, he comes on. Next minute now, at least he shot, like, at least he puts in effort, you know what I mean? Obviously, he was unlucky to get the goal choked out because, of, you know, it hit Maguire. Maguire was offside, but it had an instant impact. Do you understand? It's not like to say, like, we can't be using this excuse of, you know, guys are not getting service and blah, 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 blah. Do you know? Martial. I didn't see what he did today. Do you understand? He's got one goal. Where he should be dominating, Rasmus Højlund is new in the game now, young. You get me? Rashford and that has been pushed to the wings. Martial, come back in. You know, you can't even play a full 90 minutes. You only got one goal. Rasmus Højlund's got no Premier League goals, but at least he's doing something in Champions League. He's got about 5 of them. What's Martial on? Do you understand? Like, you supposed to be the senior player. Rashford, the senior player. You understand? We're having to heavily depend on guys like Garnacho, right, to bring us through, and guys like Rasmus Højlund, obviously, you know, he came off bench, to be the ones to be making an influence. Look, we shouldn't be expecting nothing from Rasmus Højlund. Do you understand? Right about now, it's early days. And then Garnacho as well, like, he's a young buck. Yeah, he's got potential, but he's not a guy. Like, this is Manchester United. We shouldn't be dependent on these guys. And like, Garnacho, to be all honest, like, Garnacho was our brightest, like, even though nothing came of it, like, he just looked like our most threatening forward going forward. Nothing defensively. I don't think he held his own defensively, but going forward, it was our brightest spark. But it wasn't really that much of a bright spark, was it? You know? It's just stress with this team, bro. There's like, you look at it and just think, rah, like, where did we come from here? Because Manchester United got dominated from start to, like, we had about a little spell in stoppage time, like, I don't know, 80 or 85th minute, 88th minute, or whatever. We had a little turn up the little pressure a little bit. Little too late. We got dominated from start to end, man. Manchester United. Start to end, we got dominated. Like, it's stressful watching this Manchester United team, because it's just like when I look at this team, I'm like, okay, the guy that's getting the man of the matches, that's shining a bit brighter than the others, is the guy that we almost kicked out the door last season to West Ham, Maguire. Do you know what I mean? He's the guy that's shining brightest. You know, the guy that's probably up there with one of the most goal contributions, Scott McTominay. You know, in terms of goals, he's you know what I mean? Like, goals are few and far between. Like, these are the guys that we wanted to get rid of, and these are the guys here, like Maguire in particular, that's shining bright. It's scary, bro. And the thing is as well, is like we're like, I'm looking at Erik ten Hag, right? And like, I think that the whole agenda of him in and him out, I don't really care what happens, whether he stays or whether he goes, to be honest. Because if the new regime comes in and Jim Ratcliffe, and he says, you know what, and a director of football and a chief exec and all of these guys come in and say, you know what, he ain't the right guy, who am I? Like, I want leadership like that, because Erik ten Hag, I know he had a decent stint in Ajax and stuff and did what he did there, but with all due respect, Manchester United, the shirt is heavy, the badge is heavy. Like, it swallows up players, it swallows up managers. It needs proper leadership, and it needs the guys at the top identifying the right people that can steer the ship. You understand? But Erik ten Hag was recruited under the current regime, and do you know what I mean? He's not being back. He's not got the best tools to thrive. Don't get me wrong, but at least when I watch Erik ten Hag, what I need to see him is that he's sticking to his guns and sticking to his morals. When he first came in and he was doing that whole, he was taking bold moves, like Ronaldo out, do you know what I mean? Maguire stripped, Sancho this, like, he's doing bold moves. But now I'm seeing him like, he didn't want to have Maguire, Aaron Wan-Bissaka in playing. He brings him back. He said he fought for his place and he brings him back. But he benched him for whatever reason. Do you understand? He had reasons behind why he wanted to bench him and bring in someone like Frimpong. Do you know what I mean? Scott McTominay was benched as well. He brings him in. Like, is it based off form? Yeah? Or is it based off, like, the qualities and the style of play that you want? Do you understand? Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, I mean, he can, I guess, develop, and he's improved, don't get me wrong. And you see guys like Scott McTominay, he can do what he can do physically and bombing forward, but tracking back defensively and doing what he needs to do is non-existent. But he keeps getting game time. Rashford keeps getting game time. And my thing is just like, what is Erik ten Hag's vision for this squad? Because we saw Arteta, like, even though the fans were angry with Arteta, even though they were upset, right? Arteta stuck to his guns, stuck to his principle, and at least, you know, the Arsenal fans could see, you know, what he's trying to do. With Manchester United, we just don't know what he's trying to do. We don't know the players to the jigsaw, you know what I mean? 1 minute it's Casemiro on a 6, do you know what I mean? And then it's, you know, Eriksen, he first started off with Eriksen, and then it was Casemiro, and then now he's brought in guys like Mount and Amrabat, and then we've got Mainoo playing there, maybe due to injuries, because there is injuries. but I just don't see what's going on. I really can't see what the vision is. Do you know what I mean? So we can build on it. Like, it's worrying where you start bringing in guys like Scott McTominay, like Maguire, guys that you wanted to get rid of because you need results, because your neck is on the line. Down your shield, down your sword. Like, stick to your gun, stick to your philosophy, because that is going to make you, at the end of the day, or it's going to make you or break, but at least you're true to yourself. You understand? This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to implement. When he's doing this, like, do we truly believe that Scott McTominay, like, is what he envisaged when he came to this club as someone that should be starting for Man United, Eric Ten Hag? Probably not. Maguire, he saw enough last season to warrant him getting rid of him, because he said, you know, probably didn't have the pace to play on the halfway line or higher up the pitch. Now he's our main guy, and it's just confusing. Do you understand? It's confusing. Like, it's frustrating, man. It's frustrating, but I understand the challenges, because if these guys are not, like, he wanted to play with Rash, for example. He said it before he came. You know, Eric Ten Hag came to Manchester United, worked with Rashford, managed to get him 30 goals. This is the guy he said he wanted to work with, and he's playing him through the rut that he's in now. But my thing is, it's just like, you can't be a Manchester United player and be having ruts that last this long. That means that you're not Manchester United quality. And it can't consistently happen up, down, every single season. Questions has to be raised. Now, Man United suffer with this issue with, like, you've got these players and you've got, like, guys that is branded like a particular, like, world-class status, or not even world-class, but like a quality player. They also got the surrounding marketing and brands to their name. And it just becomes a challenge, bro. Like, we can't rectify some of these issues. We can't rectify it and get rid of them, or because it's just too much it's too much. Like, Man United's just, like, glued to some of these players, man. Like, the decisions to move on Pogba because he won't fit in our system under Mourinho should have been made a while ago. Then we let him go for free. Rashford, Sancho, like for me, whether you're good or not, whether you're world class or not, whether you're, you know, if you're not fitting in this Manchester United regime, if you're not pulling your socks up, you have to be moved on and bring in someone that can do it. You understand? It's just that's how it is. You understand? Like, I just don't understand why Manchester United players are just all looking dead food. We saw Gordon, right, that scored that goal at Everton. Even knew he had quality, but we saw, like, he was kind of like, you know, just that another guy that potentially had talent but was just there. Goes to Newcastle and they've elevated him, man. Elevated all their players, man. Eddie Howe's elevated them. Manchester United is just digress, like, regression, bro. It's regression, bro. And you know, I just don't see it getting better. Do you understand that? When you're waiting for that whole turnaround, I don't see it getting better. Like, December's around, we're here, December, and where's that turnaround? Where can you see it coming from? Do you understand? Where can we see it coming from? You know, it's a madness. It is an absolute madness. Like, Manchester United, you know, I can't even be like, oh, we need to dip in the window, in the January window, because I just don't trust that we're even going to get it right. I don't trust that we're going to play a system that is going to even help anyone do well. Like, we need to actually hit that reset button when these new people come in, you know, whether it be Blanc, you know, whether it be Paul Mitchell, you know, we need these guys in ASAP, bro, to just start clearing up the deadwood, bro. And if that includes Eric Ten Hag, it includes Eric Ten Hag. Like, obviously, I would love to see Eric Ten Hag maybe be surrounded and be supported with his player traces in terms of who he's identifying and bringing to the club, because I don't think necessarily Eric Ten Hag's shown that he's got the quality to be able to scout a gem and bring them to the club. All I've seen is him going for guys majority of the time that he's worked with, maybe he's known, and yeah, that's fine. And that, you know, a lot of managers do that, but I want to see a manager that can unearth those gems, you know, those gems from the South American League, Italian League, you know, Dutch League, you know, German League, that, you know, they're stars before they're stars, you know. I mean, they you get them before they become stars, you know. Like, and the only signing I can say that is that genuinely on heart that I can say that Erik ten Hag's brought in that I'm like, okay, cool, he's going to be a decent one is Martinez. I know he started off the season a bit rocky, but he's the one guy I can say, yeah, genuinely, like, yeah, he's, and you can see like a future. Obviously, guys like Casemiro and that is arguable whether it was Erik ten Hag that brought him in, but you can see that, it's a short stint with him with the age and all of that stuff. But with Martinez, you can see that he's got a future at the club. He's still about 26 or whatever, and yeah, and it's just mad. It's just mad, man. And this is a Manchester United team, man. That's we got Chelsea next, and Chelsea's obviously not in good form themselves. They're struggling, but like I can't go into that game thinking that we're gonna get 3 points. Like, if anything, it's Chelsea that's probably going to get the 3 points. Like, I just don't feel in any game that I can confidently say we're going to get 3 points, even the bottom half teams. Like, we need a moment of brilliance to get us through those bottom half teams. It don't matter who it is. We need a moment of brilliance that can get us through. The minute we play a team, that's organised like this, like Newcastle, they don't allow too often that those chances, those moments of brilliance. They don't allow even half chances, and we see it today. And they, had opportunities where they could have. That 1-0 don't tell the story. Yeah, Garnacho had his one odd chance here. Isaac. I remember he dragged it a little bit wide. He tried to aim for the near post. He dragged it a little bit wide. We saw Kieran Trippier as well, like hit that crossbar. Could have been a goal. We saw ample opportunity for Newcastle to extend the 1-goal lead, and it could have been a whole other story. Manchester United, like, how many times did we even get a corner? How many times? I think they was talking about a stat in a game where all of Newcastle's outfield players had a touch in our penalty box or around our area, and then there was only like 2 or 3 of our players that managed to do it in theirs. We're just conceding so many attempts on goal, so many shots at our goal. What are we contributing going forward, bro? What? It's madness. It's like, this team is mad. It is mad. Like, we, at least under Oddy, we would sit back, absorb pressure, do a little counter attack thing. You get up off your seat for a little bit, like, and you can accept it because we're playing counter attack. Everyone's dropping back. Give it to Dan James or Rashford or whatever like that, or Lingard or whoever it is. But this team, what's the excuse? We're supposed to be playing good football. We're supposed to be playing the transition football that Erik ten Hag screams about. We're supposed to be a team that presses high up the pitch. We're supposed to be doing attacking overloads. We're supposed to be getting multiple chances because according to our system, we're supposed to be outnumbering the defense with our attackers. This is why we've got one guy sitting in a pivoting DM, whether it be Amrabat, whether it be Kobe Mainoo. Do you understand? This is why we're playing our 3 at the back, because we're supposed to be put on the smoke on the opposition, but we're just not seeing the fruits. We're not seeing the fruits, but we're experiencing all the risk. You understand? It's long, bro. Like Kobe Mainoo, shout out to Kobe Mainoo. He did his thing. Like I say, when I watch Kobe Mainoo, he's got a composed head on his shoulders. He keeps it simple. He's press resistant. He's able to play on that half turn. He'll get that ball. He receives it. He plays it out. Simple pass. I like that about Kobe Mainoo, but you can't expect Kobe Mainoo to be doing it all by himself. You can't expect Kobe Mainoo to change our fortunes and change our game. Like, you got Scott McTominay bombing up, doing his parade stuff. You've got Garnacho and Rashford not really putting in a shift defensively. Garnacho can't just be doing this all by himself. Kobe Mainoo can't just be doing all this all by himself. Shout out to Luke Shaw. He's still fresh back from injury. He played him centre half, and I was happy to see him there. And he put in a shift as well. Like, you can see the guys like Maguire and Luke Shaw, like, playing with their heart on their sleeve. You know what I mean? You saw Maguire getting forward, like, trying to influence the game. Erik ten Hag played him as a striker. I'm sure we was using him as like how the Fellaini thing was. He's going to get a flick on, and then hopefully Rasmus Højlund gets in the end of that. But it was it's not going to happen, bro. And this is showing how desperate Manchester United is when we start doing things like that. Dalot, again, I didn't really see anything from Dalot. Our fullbacks attacking wise got pinned back. There's nothing we can do. Like, what was Dalot even doing? Like, I didn't see anything. Reguilon came on. At least I see him getting forward the odd once or twice. I didn't see anything from Diego Dalot. You know, I think Reguilon should be starting, man. I think he should be playing more games. You know, over Dalot, and that's the thing about our team as well. It's just like our team is just weird, bro. Like we've got Dalot playing a left back. He's not really a left back, is he? And we've got Shaw obviously in centre half position. I mean, he can do a job there, but he's not a centre half. And we've got Varane sitting on our bench. Obviously, whatever's going on there is going on there, but he's sitting on our bench. 5 times Champions League winner, or whatever he is, sitting on our bench. I don't understand what's going on there. You've got Rashford playing on the right, where his best position is, I don't even know, because even on the left is just dead, but even on the right, it's even more dead. You know, you've got Martial, who's not completed a full 90 minutes in 3 years, starting up front. Do you know what I mean? Got Bruno Fernandes, he really doesn't hold a position. He roams everywhere and anywhere. Obviously, his best position is number 10, but he doesn't really hold that position, which can, again, affect the structure. Like, we have just got, like, a team that's just dysfunctional. Really is dysfunctional. Like, guys are not playing where their best strengths are. We got guys that shouldn't be playing at all. Like, you know, Aaron Wan-Bissaka was obviously in his position. I thought he done it well. Like, I was interested to see that battle with Gordon, and I think he done well. And then, you know, just this big weakness of Aaron Wan-Bissaka, man, and I noticed it, man. Like, where the ball is behind him, like if he's not on a one-on-one, he thrives on his one-on-ones. 9 times out of 10, he's winning that ball. Do you understand? Going to the ground, winning that ball. But if he, like, if a cross is coming in and there's a guy running in behind him, he has no idea. He goes to sleep. He's always caught ball watching. He doesn't do that whole thing where he's scanning his area, looking who's behind him, you know, tracking his runners. He doesn't do that, bro. Like, and that's his big weakness, and that's how we even conceded a goal today. Gordon comes running in behind him. I don't know, Wan-Bissaka has no idea. It's like he has no idea what the Gordon is doing. You know, understand? But if Gordon was taking him on head on, it would have been another story. But for man's whipping in the ball, whatever like that across, Aaron Wan-Bissaka has no clue what's to the back of him, to the left, to the right. He has no clue. Weakness. You understand? And we've conceded many goals like that, where Aaron Wan-Bissaka just doesn't know what's going on behind him, man. And a lot of our players get caught napping and sleeping as well. They don't scan the area, man. And this Manchester United squad just needs a lot of that. At this point, I don't even know if it's manager. I don't even know if it's the I think it's a bit of the manager and the tactics for sure. But definitely, I can't sit here and say that our players are all pulling their socks up in that game, man. Because in terms of even work ethic, bruv, there's no excuse, bruv. Work ethic was not there. Man, them just walking, jogging back. There's no work ethic. You know what I mean? These men are not playing like, at least you can see like the heart, the desperation that they'll fire up even for Galatasaray. I know it was an open game. I know the midfield was just getting run through. It was like ping pong, like tennis, whatever like that. But I saw a desire there. I saw like heart for Manchester United. They really wanted to push for a victory there, push for a W. Newcastle was just like, I watched that game, yeah, and I know whatever, like I was waiting for us to catch it. I was just waiting for them to score. Do you know what I mean? You know, when you have no bite, you're just sitting there thinking, okay, we got lucky there, but it's gonna come. Oh, we got lucky, but you know, they're gonna score. Like, you're just waiting for them to score. The whole game was set up like that. You know what I mean? And at best, you get super lucky, Manchester United, and you manage to nick a draw, if that. But you're just waiting to get peppered by Newcastle. That's the whole game. Like, the disparity in class was so evident. Like, it was mad. You know what I mean? And that feeling is not good when you support a team like Manchester United. Like, when we're moving like we were some inferior bottom half team. And then every time Erik ten Hag goes to the press conference, he's talking about how we're doing well here, there, and the other. And I feel like, obviously, he's a smart guy. He knows that he can't be grilling and saying X, Y, and Z how it was poor, because it's just going to add fuel to the fire. The media circus is going to come out even more, clutching onto those words, and he's probably going to make his bed sooner rather than later. Do you know what I mean? In terms of getting sacked. But, you know, like, I don't want these players equally having a false sense of, you know, like a false narrative, thinking that they're actually doing well, like they're actually putting in a shift, because they're not doing nowhere near the amount of work that they should be doing. Do you understand? From a work ethic point of view, or even bring in quality, just from that. And there was only about 2-3 players that you can see that were hungry, man, in Luke Shaw, in Maguire. Do you know what I mean? Even Garnacho to Alex. No, actually not. He had certain glimpses, but there's only a couple of players, and that's not good enough. Up against a whole team like Newcastle, man. A whole team like Newcastle. One of the better teams in the league, you understand? It's a team that was almost relegation battle. They were relegation battling last season. Look at them now. Look at them now. It's mad, bro. It is absolutely bonkers, man. Look, shit has to get bad before it gets better at the end of the day, man. Like, this is bad. Just sinking sand, bro. Quicksand. But, you know, ain't much to look forward to, innit? Like, it just all has to crumble and then rebuild again. Do you know what I mean? And we're just at that stage right now. We're just at that stage. It's terrible, man. But yeah, man. Look, on to the next one, I guess. But it's just shambolic. Like, it is shambolic. There's certain players there that shouldn't be playing for this club. And Rashford, and I don't know what's keeping him there. And I wanted a manager that can take these firm decisions and do what he needs to do. Erik ten Hag started in that way. For Rashford, for some reason, Rashford, it's like he's got his bear goggles on. Anyway, remember, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. That was my take. Let me know what your thoughts are, man. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what your take was on this game, man. And yeah, remember to smash that like button, man. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.